if you guys remember, a long time ago, I did a video where Nova, my old thumbnail artist, and I drew things, and Nova left the channel a few years to focus on his own stuff, and Koro took over October of 22. Yeah, and we want to do another one of those. We're going to take chat suggestions. So tell me what you guys want to see.
Chat is saying Sonic. I see a lot of Sonics, actually.
You do love drawing Sonic.
I think everyone in chat right now is saying Sonic, actually.
You want to start with Sonic?
we can start with Sonic.
Okay, well,
we can do a quick Sonic.
Okay, I found my reference. Here we go. I'm going to use this one actually. Okay, wait. Let's start with the head. Kind of goes out. Mine looks like Sonichu already. Hold up. Do you have a favorite thumbnail you've done by chance?
I like the Japan trip a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's a really fun one. The Japan video.
I think it's a good one. I think people would agree. It's a memorable one too. For me, at least. Oh, this is coming together. You know what? I see. I think I'm kind of bringing it together now.
What's Koro's least favorite thumbnail?
Honestly, great question. I'm curious for the answer because I knew yours was the Japan video. Your favorite was.
Okay, like the easy answer is saying the first one.
Oh, that's fair.
And like, it's a funny story.
Are you not proud of it?
I'm proud. It's like, but do you remember how it went? That it's like, oh yeah, we'll start on Monday or something like that, and then you DM me like an hour later.
I needed a thumbnail last minute. I was like, hey man, I'm sorry, this kind of sucks, but
you said, are you a creature of the night? But it was like also you get nervous, right? It's like it's your first. It's like fuck.
Yeah, and it's also not what you thought it would be. Yeah. All right, I think yeah, that's 10 minutes for us. I think okay, so.
Bro, that's my Sonic.
This is Koro's Sonic right here.
A little bit of model and the spike. People are gonna complain about the spike's length, but I
don't think people are gonna complain. I think now they're revealed to mine.
What do we think? No, I love it.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
Any notes right off the bat? No notes, got it. All right. Not bad for the first drawing then. Who's the next character we got? Someone said Tifa, and I don't think, you know what? Sure, let's do it. Let's do Tifa Lockhart.
Tifa Lockhart, okay. I fear this was gonna be something that happened. I tried searching for reference and everything is AI art. I hate this.
You know what? Let's talk about it.
I hate it. It's become so normalized, and
I think a lot of people obviously know we hate AI art, and
yeah,
we would never use AI art ever on the channel.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of people know why it sucks, but I think it would be really good for people to hear from an artist why it sucks.
So if we put it from like a creative point and from like a humanity point, right? I think by itself, art is beautiful because it's created by humans. It's not perfect. It reflects a part of the person that is doing it, and it brings something from the mind of the creator to life. With AI art, what you're doing is you're taking a bunch of work from other people, creating something that is just a mesh. Does it look good? For a person that maybe doesn't know what it is, yes, it looks really good, right? Sometimes even like, and now it's gotten so good when it's even hard to like detect when it's AI and when it's not. But itself, I think that's the problem. That it's not innovative, it's not new, it's always like the same stuff, and you can and as you understand it more, you can see the mistakes in it. It's
Mine is
sad
not
that it's like
starting great. Anyways, go on.
It's just a blend of things, and the fact that it steals from people's work.
Yeah, well, I think that's the thing that like people know. People hear, hey, AR art is stolen art, but I don't think a lot of people understand how. So I think that's the important part.
It just like because it grabs. Let's put an example, right? There's you think about it like your favorite artist. It's very easy to find a bunch of their stuff online. So that stuff just gets put into a machine. The machine processes it, learns it, studies it, and then can create something with that. It's also sad because AI could also be seen as a tool.
Yeah.
And there's a world where like AI could have been something that helped artist.
Yeah, like as an editor myself, like on different enough from what you do, but enough to say like there's a lot of things in my editing job that could be heavily improved with AI, you know, from just the monotonous shit that I'm sure everyone hates. And I think, as you said, that would be cool for, I think I heard one quote where it said AI should do meticulous work for creative people, but instead it does creative work for meticulous people.
Yeah.
Something like that, right? Where it's, yeah, ain't that the truth? I don't know the exact quote. Someone else can see it.
Yeah, what saddens me is seeing it so normalized, and like, if art is already something that people don't or didn't respect, didn't put like,
yeah,
I'm talking about mainstream jobs or like people who don't understand the time it takes to actually make it, the time it takes to learn. Now it's even worse because people can just like get results in seconds.
Yeah, like so many artists get laid off and then they say we can just use AI art, or you
exactly.
know, or the other example is let's say I'm a poor musician and I want to release an album cover, or I want to release an album, but like, oh, I don't want to make the album cover because that takes money. So what is the cheaper alternative for me is to just type in a few words and then boom, I have my album cover.
I see a lot of people saying like, oh, I just don't have the money for a commission. It's like,
yeah,
I think commissioning art itself is like, it's not something everyone can do, right?
Yeah.
It's expensive.
It's a luxury, I think. Yeah.
It's a luxury, but it's also not a necessary need. If you don't have the money to afford commissioning, that's fine. But when you like put it as an excuse to then use AIR, then I think that's the problem. That's where the problem lies. But like I was saying, I would love to have a universe where like instead of like the people creating these programs, like all of this, instead of using it as a tool or wanting it to have be a tool to replace artists, maybe do it like to help artists, right? Because there's ways and there's like tools and programs that already do that. Like in animation, think how like there's already apps being developed that like can help in animation where like the creative process already stays in the artist, but it helps them make the process faster without like sacrificing the creativity on it. I was having a conversation with someone once and they were saying like, okay, but like what if you found like something that made the tedious process, not the tedious process, but like the sketching phase better for you, right? Like you put all of your work, all of your thumbnails, whatever, into a machine, and it just gives you a layout for you to like work over. And I'm like, that could help, but then you're taking the fun part out of it, right? What like, and then what do I get to do? What's like my part on this? it's not me anymore, and a lot of people don't understand that aspect of it.
I think like drawing is something that has always interested me because I'm sure you've seen it, because just so everyone knows what the process looks like. Whenever Koro is going to make a thumbnail, you know, here is, you know, a rough example where I just like have me here, Wolf here, and I would say, hey, Koro, draw these two characters in this position, and then put this. So like I'm proficient enough in Photoshop. And, you know, I'm a film school dropout, so I have a good eye for composition. And I think that eye for composition that I have really makes me wish I was better at drawing, because I think I have an eye for stuff like that. So I wish I was talented enough to, dare I say, skillful enough to pursue a little more.
Yeah, and I think like it's cool because you don't have to like necessarily be an artist to understand art.
Yeah.
Like and I think you do a great job at like, because sometimes you'll notice stuff that I don't. You have a good eye for like composition and.
Thank you. Thank you. I was like, fishing for compliments, so thank you.
No, but like even stuff that I don't know, like, oh, what's like a good use of a thumbnail, right? Because I think for a thumbnail, and we've discussed this before, it's like good art doesn't equal good thumbnail sometimes.
Yeah, that's the hard part. I think a lot of times you'll see people who upload thumbnails and the art is beautiful, but it doesn't serve the purpose of a thumbnail, which is also like a weird thing people have to learn. Something else about these thumbnails is if you look at everything, one thing no one really thinks about is that in this area right here, where this little red box is that I'm drawing.
Oh yeah.
People never really think about it, but we never put anything here in this spot. Can anyone guess why? Why this spot is always negative space? It is because The timestamp on the YouTube thumbnail. No one thinks about this until they have to start making thumbnails.
That's my favorite thing to tell someone that I'm like that's asking for advice. That's like the first thing that I do. Is like, yep.
You always leave this negative. So if you look at all of our thumbnails, we never have anything, because I think a lot of people will try to do something. Oh, so that's my Tifa, by the way. What do we think?
I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, incredible.
Thank you. Yeah, let's say use her for this thumbnail. Let's I don't know. Just pretend this is something
crazy.
Yeah, let's say this is crazy. People will often put text down here and then boom, who knows? Crazy. Like they'll put like an image up here. Let's pretend like this is just like maybe just a screenshot right here. And then they'll put text right here. And then now the text is blocked. So normally what you'll do, like I will often just, if I'm ever going to put text in a thumbnail, I'm usually doing it like this, hypothetically. Or, you know what I mean? Just flipping the subject goes really far. And something I've been doing a lot lately, I've been using text at the top, which is kind of a newer thing for me. And then you kind of make these smaller. I think the Alpharad Gold thumbnail is an example of that, and I'm doing that in a couple others where I'm doing this in the Sonic 06 thumbnail you made. I'm putting
banger.
Yeah, I'm putting it's good at the top of it. Yeah, so like this is the one. Also Peak Koro, he loves drawing it. One thing, because I get the Photoshop document and I'll often move things around. This is not the Photoshop document, so on this one, I know I moved Sonic a little down in mine, and then I moved Shadow a tiny bit out, Silver a tiny bit out, and I put like a tiny black layer in between them to add more depth. And then that's when behind Sonic and in front of the others, I put it's good, because it's like apparently modders made Sonic 06 good, you know? Just put that. I'll A/B test it, see if the text helps, and typically it does, to my surprise. And then here is Astrobot, because it's just going to be like, this is the game of the year. People say it's amazing.
I want to highlight one comment that I saw in chat that is like, I'm jealous of the level of talent. And let me tell you something. I don't think, and I've never considered myself a talented artist.
Yeah.
I think if you see how I used to draw, like back in the day when I started learning, it's completely different.
I also think it's the classic argument of like skill versus talent, right?
Exactly. I don't think I was gifted with natural artistic skills.
Yeah.
I am proud to say that I like had to work to get on this level, and I'm like far from what I want to be, right?
Yeah.
But I encourage everyone that like wants to like sees art of someone they like. It's like, you can get there. Trust me. It's gonna take you longer maybe than the person that is doing it, but you can get there.
I think I always like the quote of just progression isn't linear,
Exactly.
People learn and grow at different places. And I also think sometimes you just have like this one snap realization and you just feel like you get better instantly,
Yes, like don't get discouraged if like someone tries art and in a week they're like incredible and you're taking like years to learn. It's like
don't be insulted if your art looks like this. Instead, be inspired that it could look like this. What's next?
And people are asking for Miku. Like all of everything
Miku?
I see.
All right, we'll do Miku.
Let's just do Miku. Let's get it out of there.
All right. I think I'm losing the plot here.
What did we say at the beginning? Trust the process.
Okay, I'm starting the process over.
Trust in the
So, Koro, you've been a fan of the channel for a long time, actually, right?
Yes.
One time when here's a tweet from Koro from 2017, long before we met. I posted I was doing not Splatoon. I think maybe I was asking someone for the style art, whatever. And here's a post from Koro. It says, "Yo, still need this dude?" And he brought this up to me recently, and I just think that's pretty funny. That
Chat, always follow your dreams.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, it's adorable. It is adorable.
All right, Chad, here's a quick tip. If you want to make your art look cute, just add this.
Wait, I'm looking at it.
Yeah. Jacob, do this. You just add this little spark.
Okay, I will after like my art starts to look cute.
It gives a different vibe now. It's a different image.
What do we think?
I mean, that looks like the plushie, dude.
Yeah, it sure does. And we can show off Koro's a little bit. All Sonic and Degorals. It's a very cute Miku. What? Okay, last one. You want to do a Pokemon. How about this time? You do Rowlet and I'll do Whimsicott.
Bad.
Tracing's hard. With like such high, I have smoothing turned on fucking 100 because I was
talking about tracing. Like, I want to mention, a lot of people say like, "Oh, you trace this? Oh, you like, fuck you, right?"
Yeah.
I encourage people that are learning, grab a piece of art that you like, trace it. Of course, don't post it as yours, but study it. Trace it, study it, see what you understand, see how things are made, and then try to do it without tracing it. It's a good way to like study the stuff you like. It's not gonna help you create your own stuff, but it's gonna help you like get acquainted with like the feeling of the pen, how you have to move to create some certain lines, stuff like that. It's like you're exercising your hand. You're making it remember how to draw the stuff.
Whenever I've tried to imitate like edits of like different videos for like whatever the punchline is, I often find myself like I will just take the edit and just look at it frame by frame and imitate it that way.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's like, oh, I understand it now. Oh, I could have made his face stick out a little bit more. I see that's kind of what it went wrong. But I like him. I like the little guy. And there is a Rowlet. Oh, and thanks, chat.
Thank you for having me. But yeah, no, thank you. Thank you for having me, chat. And keep drawing. If you want to be an artist, you can be an artist. Keep drawing, and if you ever want to talk art, I'm always down to talk art.